flight attendants are executive, professional call girls or prostitutes. Why? Hey. All right, thank you. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're just joining, my name is Jane B. I'm a flight attendant, a wellness teacher, a perfumer, a chef, and also a vlogger. So guys, welcome to my channel and please subscribe. I've got so many interesting videos coming up for you all. So guys, without wasting much time, yesterday I had a night stop flight. I got back to my base as late as 1 a.m. in the midnight. So anytime we arrive at such odd times, we get to sleep in a hotel and then prepare for work the next day from the hotel. So, but luckily for me today, I'm not doing anything. I'm quite free. So I just thought I should talk about some misconceptions or assumptions that people have about flight attendants and just talk about them and see how I can clear some of them for you all. So I asked a few of my Facebook friends and followers and asked some of my friends on other social media platforms about some of the misconceptions they have about flight attendants, and they sent in so many of them. So I just picked out a few of them and I'm going to be talking about it, or I'm going to be clearing some of them or debunking them and letting you know that some of them are not completely true. Guys, the first misconception that a lot of them said was that flight attendants have got attitude. Well, I can only speak for myself and not for every other flight attendant that is out there. I think it's personal, or a lot of people have how they relate when they're under pressure, or how they talk, how they do some certain things. So I cannot really vouch for everybody, but what I can say is the job is not as easy as it seems. It's not as glamorous as a lot of people assume it to be. So it could actually put you under so much pressure, and there are times this attitude is because of you the passenger. Yes, there are times where you have to brief a passenger about an emergency exit or some security procedures on board, or some security briefings, and they're not interested. They don't want to listen to you. They don't want to, oh, I've been flying for a long time, I already know this. Oh, I just got back from so stays and they told me the same thing, so I don't need to listen to it again. And then you're giving them an option that, okay, if you're not comfortable seated here, I will be glad to reseat you, and then you just blew the bomb. And you're so pissed off. How dare you? How can you change my seat? I paid for this seat. I want to sit on my seat, and all of that stuff. So that could actually come off as an attitude, especially when you're insisting that you really have to brief them about that emergency exit area where you would have to change your seat. So some of them will not find it easy. Some of them will not find it funny. I've experienced something like that where an elderly man, a chief, because he had this attire, this red cap and all that, so he kept insisting he was going to sit there, and this is totally against the rules. Like, we're not allowed to the elderly ones are not allowed to sit there. Visibly elderly ones that you sure and you can ascertain that they are not fit for that area, or they're not fit to sit in that area, and then you're telling him, you even try to brief him. I tried to talk to him like, sir, you cannot. I even had a walking stick with him, but he insisted he was going to sit there. He was beginning to create a scene, and then I called my colleague. She came, she tried to pacify him. She even went as far as calling him daddy, chief, sir, please, you know. And he kept insisting that he would not change his seat. And then we had to tell the lead crew, who is a guy this time, that he gave him I think the lead crew had to offer him an alternative seat in the front. Maybe that's why he got up and left. And before he left, he was like, we are small children, we're small kids, we don't have respect. How can we talk to him like that? How can we change his seat as a chief? Now that could come off as an attitude. There's some passengers you try to tell them to obey simple instructions like, okay, switch off your phones, please stow back the tray tables and all of that, and that could come off as you being rude or you giving them an attitude. Although there are flight attendants that do have attitude, trust me, there are some that really do have this crazy attitude and have this crazy body language, and yes, there are people like that, but I cannot speak for everyone. But I know for a fact that most times it's the job itself and the instructions we need to carry, the safety instructions we need to carry, and ensure that you all also obey. That might actually look like, oh, we're giving you an attitude, but I don't think so. Why would we want to give our passengers attitude? You guys are the one paying our bills. You guys, we cannot be even in existence, so we need you. So definitely would not give you an attitude. But if we tell you to obey some instructions, please obey. They're also for your own good. So I don't think generally the flight attendants have attitude, but I try to have a positive attitude anytime I'm at work. I try to always be in an excellent spirit so that I can just do what I have to do and then leave, and I don't take anything inside, no matter how bad it is, no matter how the flight was, no matter how the passengers behave or treat me. I just don't take it. I don't absorb it. I just let it go. I drop everything once it's my last flight. I just drop everything and I go back home. So I hope I've been able to clear that misconception. So guys, the second misconception that's out there is that flight attendants are professional, executive, I can't even call the name, like it's so heavy. They're professional, executive call girls and prostitutes. Like, seriously, this particular one did hurt me. Like, even before I became a flight attendant, before I joined the aviation industry as a whole, I heard it like, oh no, you're just going to be flying from one place to another, you'll be meeting lots of men and all that. And I'm like, I would meet men anywhere, even in a church. I had a doctor who had treated me at one point in time, started to ask me out. Like, we became very good friends. So yes, you meet a guy anywhere. It doesn't really have to be on board an aircraft. It doesn't really have to be. You have bankers who meet guys and girls. You have doctors who meet guys and girls. You have pastors who meet guys and girls. So I don't know why people just see like, oh, flight attendant, you're there, you're going to meet lots of men. There are also women on board the aircraft. We also have female passengers. So why are they so picky on the guy, male passenger? And again, once you're in uniform, there's so many things you cannot even do. You cannot boldly or comfortably give out your number. You can't even share complimentary cards. It's totally a no-no. It's totally a no-no. Once you're on that uniform, you're representing a brand, you're representing a company, you're representing an airline, and you're going to stick to their rules and regulations. So if you're caught doing any of these things outside those rules, you'll be penalized. So I don't think flight attendants are no. Yes, a lot of times people can do anything they want to do outside their uniform. Once you're off the uniform, you can do anything you want to do. Nobody's looking at you. Like, if I don't tell you I'm a flight attendant, the way I'm dressed, you wouldn't know. But once you're on that uniform, you're representing an airline and you're going to obey your rules and your regulations. So it's very unfair to say that all flight attendants are call girls or they're hoes or they're, it's very, very unfair. And I've seen passengers who come on board with this attitude, like with this mindset, and they just see you as you're just, like you're just that, you're a girl, especially when you're very beautiful or when you're light skinned and you're looking very, very flashy and beautiful, and then they just look at you like, oh, you're just trying to sell yourself. I'm not trying to sell myself, I'm trying to do my job. And grooming is also part of it. I need to look good, I need to look clean, I need to have my nails done, I need to look as beautiful as I can to be on board. So, but they don't understand this thing, so they just see that and assume that, oh, you're extra, you're doing this, you're doing that because you want to sell yourself. That's not true. Come on, we are also born again Christians. We are born again, good born again Christians. Second misconception is flight attendants sleep with pilots. Like, this one is everywhere. Like, oh, once you're a flight attendant, you're going to sleep with the pilots, or the pilots will sleep with you. They would always have their way with you and all of that stuff. Well, I can say boldly that's not true. Now, again, I cannot speak for everybody, and I'm not saying this does not happen. Yes, we have flight attendants and pilots that are married. We have flight attendants and pilots that are in a relationship. I know a friend of mine who got married to a pilot. I know a pilot in another airline that is married to a flight attendant in another airline. So it happens, okay? We also have flight attendants that are married to flight attendants. So yes, it does happen. And it's not just in aviation. People get married to their co-workers, doctors get married to doctors, teachers get married to teachers, politicians get married to politicians. So it happens in every field or industry. So it's not just limited to aviators or flight attendants in general. So it happens in every field. We even have pastors getting married to pastors, and it happens everywhere. So after all, I'm not married to a pilot, okay? And I'm not saying it cannot happen or so, but it happens. I said that with my full chest. So guys, the fourth misconception that is out there is flight attendants don't get married because they are so sophisticated, so exposed, and all of that. Who told you? I know a lot of flight attendants that are married, like married with children. My aunt, for example, she's been married for so many years and she's been flying for so many years, so many years. We hardly see her. She was never around. Luckily for her, she got married to a very good guy, so he was okay with taking care of the kids while she was flying all over the world. Now she's retired. She's no longer flying, but she's working as a ground staff, as a training manager, and she has a house on the mainland while her family house is on the island. And she's still doing the job. My point is, flight attendants do get married. Flight attendants do take care of their families, do take care of their homes. Some of them are excellent wives. They know how to manage it. If you have a good support system, a good man who understands the job and who wants you to achieve all you want to achieve, who wants to push you out there, definitely you would be able to multitask. After all, that's part of the qualities. You should be able to multitask. So it comes easy with the job. So flight attendants do get married. They make excellent wives and they make beautiful homes. So anybody that is telling you flight attendant don't get married, or anybody that is saying you want to get married to a flight attendant, you're not going to have a wife at home and all of that stuff, it's not true. So just know how to balance it, know how to work at it and work out in something that will be good for both you, yourself, and your children. So yes, we do get married with children. Some of us even have grandchildren. What you say? Hello. So guys, another misconception that is out there is that flight attendants live a very lavish and live an extravagant lifestyle. For real? I really do not think that's true, because for me, if there's any clothes or if there's any piece of clothes that I wear often, is my uniform. You've got to wear it for like 4 to 5 days in a week. So you probably do not have time to wear any other thing. And then once I'm home or my off days, I just wear a tank top or a big t-shirt and a short, and I just play around in the house, or except if I have to go out. So there's no much time to actually do all that extravagant stuff and all that. Well, yes, it's possible that on your off days you want to just go out, have fun, and still balance it, go to parties and all that stuff. But I don't really think all flight attendants live a lavish lifestyle. Like I don't really say it. I don't, because yes, you might buy all of these luxuries, but you might not have all the time to enjoy all of that because you're always out there flying from one place to another. So I don't really think that's completely true. But well, there are still people that, okay, they can't help it, they want all the flashy shoes, all the expensive bags, jewelries and all of that stuff. So when they're not on their uniform, they really want to do all of that stuff. Yes, it's possible. Everybody has their own personal choice. So, but I don't think it's everywhere. I don't think it's so much. If we are to rate it, I don't think it's so much. And then the last but not the least is that flight attendants do not have a social life. Okay, someone actually told me that, okay, you don't go out, you don't go to parties, you don't attend weddings. I'm always seeing you, it's either you're on your uniform or you're just somewhere in a secluded area, or you don't really have a good social life, and that's not good. You need to balance it. Well, again, It's personal. It's personal. There are people who on their off days they spend it bubbling, going out, having fun, and they know how to balance it up. So it depends. It's personal. There are people that are extremely extroverts, and there are people that are just introverts and love to just be on their own. So it depends. I am in between. I know when to go out, I know when to stay indoors, I know when I want to do this, I know when I want to do that. So it depends. It's everybody with their own choice. So guys, these are just a few misconceptions I thought I should debunk or clear. So hopefully I was able to change how you see all of these things or how you see flight attendants. I would also be asking more of my friends on social media and get more misconceptions and see how I can get to help you change that narrative about us. We are good people. We're very, very good people. So guys, thank you for watching, and don't forget to please subscribe to my channel. I've got more interesting videos for you all. Take care.